So, meine Lieben, es ist der 22. April, Abendsession. Heute war ein sehr toller Tag. Ein paar unerfolgreiche Telefonate gehabt, ein bisschen besser gelaufen als gestern, aber immer noch nicht so irgendwie, ja, keine Ahnung. Other than that bin ich heute noch surfen. Das ist mega, mega cool. Ich bin eingeladen worden von den Hartmanns. Und dann sind wir surfen. Das ist Daumen nach oben gewesen. Und ja. Das ist wirklich sehr cool. Dann bin ich am Abend heim, ein bisschen X gelesen und ein bisschen traded. Ich tradet einfach geschaut, wie meine Aktien auf sind. Und ich habe Car angefangen zu shorten. Und ich glaube, der wird gut printen. Ich glaube, das kann nur ein lukratives Short werden. Also, die Story für alle Outsiders, das ist so ein Autovermieter, der seit Jahren Verlust macht. Aber Short Code ist relativ hoch und zwei andere Hedgefonds haben sich zusammengezählt, um da rauszusqueezen. Und die haben sich zusammengetan und dann 108% vom Supply kontrolliert. Und dann ist es einfach immer auf und die sind einfach rausgeschortet worden und die haben es nicht können zurückkaufen. Und ja, die sind basically gepickt worden. Und jetzt ist es halt von 8, es ist vorher auf 50 gewesen, ist auf 800 rauf. Und ich habe halt perfekt den Top timed. Dann habe ich irgendwie die falsche Option ausgewählt, weil ich auch nicht so liquid war, muss man fairerweise sagen. Das ist ein bisschen belastend. Aber ey, free money on the table, we take it. Und dann habe ich heute, das ist ja geisteskrank, habe ich heute zum Market Open 2 oder 3 neue Positionen aufgemacht und 2 von denen sind von 15:30 Uhr bis 10 p.m., also in diesen 6,5 Stunden, hat die beide über 90% gemacht. Ja, das ist crazy. Das ist absolut auch schon crazy. Ja. Und heute war mein most profitable day ever gewesen. Und immer wenn ich denke, hey, ich kann noch nicht, ich weiß noch nicht wie weiter und so weiter und so fort, denke ich, hey, nein. Ich glaube, there's more room to go. Und wenn etwas mattert, dann ist es wieder in Speed. Und lieber 10% zu lang halten, als 100% zu früh verkaufen. Und alle Positionen, die ich jetzt habe, die halte ich einfach. Ich bin jetzt schon ein bisschen, meine Japanese-Dinge bin ich am rauscutten, um ganz ehrlich zu sein. Weil auf die kann man keine Optionen kaufen und dann ist es natürlich weniger lukrativ. Ja. Und deshalb muss man dort mal schauen. Aber ich glaube, das kommt schon auch noch. Und heute ist der Tag am 22.04.26, wo ich meine Magic Number gekittet habe. Auf meinem Trading Account. Und ich habe von Anfang der Woche bis jetzt Mittwochabend gut verdient. Ich bin sehr, sehr dankbar dafür. Man ist einfach so, after my baptism, wo Gott mich einfach praised. Und wo Gott mir einfach sagt, ja Linus, du kannst. Und ja, ich stehe bei dir. Und ja, ich kann es möglich machen. Und ja, wir können es möglich machen. Und er steht mir bei. Und es ist möglich. weil mit Gott ist alles möglich. Und so spüre ich sehr, 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 sehr stark. Ich spüre wirklich mega, mega stark und es ist ein sehr, sehr schönes Gefühl. Und ja, jetzt schauen wir mal, wie es weitergeht. Ich hoffe nicht. Ich lege sie Gottes Hand und nicht in meine Hand. Er allein ist der, der entscheiden wird. Weil, wie gesagt, es liegt nicht in meiner Hand, es liegt in Gottes Hand. Wie viel das er will, dass ich noch mache, dass ich noch erreiche. Er hat Großes mit mir vor, das weiß ich. Er hat sehr, sehr Großes mit mir vor, das weiß ich. Und dafür bin ich auch ehrlich gesagt sehr, sehr dankbar. Ja, ich muss noch ein bisschen überlegen, wie ich das Ganze angehe. Ob ich mit dem Chef jetzt schon sozusagen aus dem Fond starte. Oder ob es besser ist, man wartet, bis der Peak Bull Market durch ist. Ja, wir schauen mal. Wie dem auch sei. Ich vertraue auf Gott. Und ich verlasse mich auf ihn. Also, here we continue with Job 31:16. Job's final protest of innocence mid-text. Have I refused to help the poor or crushed the hopes of widows? Have I been stingy with my food and refused to share it with orphans? No, from childhood I have cared for orphans like a father, and all my life I've cared for widows. Whenever I saw the homeless without clothes and the needy with nothing to wear, did they not praise me for providing wool clothing to keep them warm? If I raised my hand against an orphan, knowing the judges would take my side, and let my shoulders be wrenched out of place, let my arm be torn from its socket, that would be better than facing God's judgment. For if the majesty of God opposes me, what hope is there? Have I put my trust in money, or felt secure because of my gold? No. Have I gloated about my wealth and all that I own? No. Have I looked at the sun shining in the skies, or the moon walking down a silver pathway, and been secretly enticed in my heart to throw kisses at them in worship? If so, I should be punished by the judges, for it would mean I had denied the God of heaven. Have I ever rejoiced when disaster struck my enemies, or become excited when harm came their way? No, I have never sinned by cursing anyone, or by asking for revenge. My servants have never said, let others go hungry. I have never turned away a stranger, but I have opened my doors to everyone. I have tried to hide my sins like other people do. Have I tried to hide my sins like other people do, concealing my guilt in my heart? Have I feared the crowd or the contempt of the masses, so that I keep quiet and stayed indoors? If only someone would listen to me. Look, I will sign my name to my defense. Let the Almighty answer me. Let my accuser write out the charges against me. I would face the accusation proudly. I would wear it like a crown, for I would tell him exactly what I have done. I would come before him like a prince. And if my land accuses me, and all its furrows cries out together, or if I've stolen its crops, or murdered its owner, then let thistles grow on that land instead of wheat, and weeds instead of barley. Job's words are ended. Job 32. Elihu responds to Job's friends. Job's 3 friends refused to reply further to him because he kept insisting on his innocence. And then Elihu, son of Barachel of Buz's side of the clan of Ram, became angry. He was angry because Job refused to admit that he had sinned and that God was right in punishing him. He was also angry with Job's 3 friends, for they made God appear to be wrong by their inability to answer Job's arguments. Elihu had waited for the others to speak to Job because they were older than he. But he saw that they had no further reply. He spoke out angrily. Elihu, son of Barachel, the Buzite, said, I am young and you are old, so I held back from telling you what I think. Oh, humility. I thought those who are older should speak, for wisdom comes with age. But there is a spirit within people, the breath of the Almighty within them, that makes them intelligent. Sometimes the elders are not wise. Sometimes the aged do not understand justice. So listen to me, and let me tell you what I think. I have waited all this time, listening very carefully to your arguments, listening to you grope for words. I have listened, but none of you has refuted Job or answered his arguments. And don't tell me he is too wise for us. Only God can convince him. If Job had been arguing with me, I would not answer with your kind of logic. You sit here baffled, with nothing more to say. Should I continue to wait, now that you're silent? Must I also remain silent? No, I will say my piece. I will speak my mind, for I am full of pent-up words, and the spirit within me urges me on. I am like a cask of wine without a vent, like a new wineskin ready to burst. I must speak to find relief. So let me give my answers. I won't play favorites or try to flatter anyone, for if I tried flattery, my Creator would soon destroy me. Job 33. Elihu presents his case against Job. Listen to my words, Job. Pay attention to what I have to say. Now that I have begun to speak, let me continue. I speak with all sincerity. I speak the truth, for the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. Answer me if you can. Make your case and take your stand. Look, you and I both belong to God. I too was formed from clay. So you don't need to be afraid of me. I won't come down hard on you. You have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard your very words. You said, I am pure. I am without sin. I am innocent. I have no guilt. God is picking a quarrel with me, and he considers me his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks and watches my every move. He puts my feet in the stocks and watches every move. But you are wrong, and I will show you why. For God is greater than any human being. So why are you bringing a charge against him? Why say he doesn't respond to people's complaints? For God speaks again and again. Though people don't recognize it, he speaks in dreams and visions of the night. When deep sleep falls on people as they lie on their beds, he whispers in their ears and terrifies them with warnings. He makes them turn from doing wrong. He keeps them from pride. He protects them from the grave, from crossing over the river of death. Our God disciplines people with pain on their sick beds. With ceaseless aching in their bones, they love their appetite. For even the most delicious food, their flesh wastes away, and their bones stick out. They are at death's door. The angels of death wait for them. But if an angel from heaven appears, a special messenger to intercede for a person and declare that he is upright, he will be gracious and say, "Rescue him from the grave, for I have found a ransom for his life." Then his body will become as healthy as a child's, firm and youthful again. When he prays to God, he will be accepted, and God will receive him with joy and restore him to good standing. He will declare to his friends, "I sinned and twisted the truth, but I was not worth it. God rescued me from the grave, and now my life is filled with light." Yes, God does these things again and again for people. He rescues them from the grave, so they may enjoy the light of life. Mark this well, Job, listen to me, for I have more to say. But if you have anything to say, go ahead, speak, for I am anxious to see you justified. But if not, then listen to me. Keep silent, and I will teach you wisdom. Elihu accuses Job of arrogance. Then Elihu said, "Listen to me, you wise man. Pay attention. You who have knowledge," Job said. The ear tests the words it hears, just as the mouth distinguishes between foods. So let us discern for ourselves what is right. Let us learn together what is good. For Job also said, "I am innocent, but God has taken away my right. I am innocent, but they call me a liar. My suffering is incurable, though I have not sinned." Tell me, has there ever been a man like Job? With this thirst for irreverent talk, he chooses evil people as companions. He spends his time with wicked men. He has even said, "Why waste time trying to please God?" Listen to me, you who have understanding. Everyone knows that God doesn't sin. The Almighty can do no wrong. He repays people according to their deeds. He treats people as they deserve. Truly, God will not do wrong. The Almighty will not twist justice. Did someone else put the words in his care? Who set the whole world in place? If God were to take back his spirit and withdraw his breath, all life would cease, and humanity would turn again to dust. Now listen to me, if you are wise. Pay attention to what I have to say. Could God govern if he hated justice? Are you going to condemn the Almighty Judge? For he says to kings, "You are wicked," and to nobles, "You are unjust." He doesn't care how great a person may be, and pays no more attention to the rich than to the poor. He made them all. God doesn't care how great a person may be, and he pays no more attention to the rich than the poor. He made them all. In a moment they die, in the middle of the night they pass away. The mighty are removed without human hand, for God watches how people live. He sees everything they do. No darkness is thick enough to hide the wicked from his eyes. We don't set the time when we will come before God in judgment. He brings the mighty to ruin without asking anyone. and he sets up others in their place. He knows what they do. And in the night he overturns and destroys them. He strikes them down because they are wicked, doing it openly for all to see, for they turned away from following him. They have no respect for any of his ways. They cause the poor to cry out, catching God's attention. He hears the cries of the needy, but he chooses to remain quiet. Who can criticize him? When he hides his face, no one can find him, whether an individual or a nation. He prevents the godless from ruling, so they cannot be snare to the people. Why don't people say to God, I have sinned, but I will sin no more? Or I don't know what evil I have done. Tell me. If I have done wrong, I will stop at once. Must God tailor his justice to your demands? But you have rejected him. The choice is yours, not mine. Go ahead, share your wisdom with us. After all, bright people will tell me, and wise people will hear me say, Job speaks out of ignorance. His words lack insight. Job, you deserve the maximum penalty for the wicked ways you have talked. For you have added rebellion to your sin. You show no respect, and you speak many angry words against God. Job 35. Elihu reminds Job of God's justice. And then Elihu said, Do you think it is right for you to claim I am righteous before God? For you also ask, what is in it for me? What's the use of living a righteous life? I will answer you, and all your friends too. Look up into the sky and see the clouds high above you. If you sin, how does that affect God? Even if you sin again and again, what effect does it have on him? If you're good, is this some great gift to him? What could you possibly give him? No, your sins affect only people like yourself, and your good deeds also affect only humans. People cry out when they are oppressed. They groan beneath the power of the mighty. Yet they don't ask, where is God my Creator? The one who gives songs in the night. Where is the one who makes us smarter than the animals and wiser than the birds of the sky? And when they cry out, God doesn't answer because of their pride. But it is wrong to say God doesn't listen, to say the Almighty isn't concerned. You say you can't see him, but he will bring justice if you will only wait. If you say he does not respond to sinners with anger and is not greatly concerned about wickedness, but you are talking nonsense, Job. You have spoken like a fool. This was 22nd of April, PM session. Tomorrow we'll continue with Job 36. Have an awesome night, everyone. Wish you a blessed day and all the best.